So I've thoroughly been enjoying going through this album, particularly the second half of what I would call it. Maybe tracks, I guess you would call it like 9 through 12. As soon as she started, I guess starting kind of from Florida, where she kind of started going from more of a Midnight's kind of sound, which is, I guess, that like indie pop kind of sound, which for me it felt a little minimalistic, and some people really like it. That's the Midnight style, and people really enjoyed Midnight's. But I like this singer-songwriter style, this folk, indie folk, pop, singer-songwriter pop kind of style. That's this genre I like to create as a musician and songwriter. And I just really I've been enjoying it. So I'm curious how long we're going to stay in this, if it stays in this totally, or if it changes, goes to a different style. I have no idea. I've also seen comments where people were surprised by my comments that I thought that it sounded different, because some people have said that apparently they feel that it sounds very similar to this album, like throughout every song sounds the same kind of thing. I don't know. Everybody's opinion is different, so I'm curious to hear your opinion. Leave a comment down below. But this is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician and songwriter from Northport, New York. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you are, consider subscribing, and definitely consider checking out the Patreon. I have hundreds of videos over on Patreon, including music documentaries, reactions, like music movie documentaries, tons of stuff. I like also the musicals like Hamilton and all that stuff. Go check it out. If you're interested, let's see what we got. This is I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I guess I spoke too soon. I guess we're out of the singer-songwriter phase, and now we're back into that pop. I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be like minimalistic pop or what, but it could just be straight up pop. I have no idea, but we no acoustic guitar, piano kind of thing, I'm gonna start over. I'm sorry. I kind of like the ambient noise going on. Not ambient noise, more like room noise.
She's having the time of her life. There in her glittering
big layered vocal. Four on the floor kicking in. Crazy synth in the right ear. This is cool. Nice layer vocal.
Even when you wanna die, he said he loved me all his life, but that life was
wow. This is cool, man. With some really cool production styles. I haven't really, to be honest with you, I get a lot of comments talking about like, why don't you focus on the lyrics so much? I try, and that's actually why I have the lyrics up. Typically, I don't even have the lyrics up. I'm usually just listening to music. But I as much as a songwriter that I am, I also love production, and I think that there's a lot of talking points on production. Also, I don't like speculating in lyrics. As a songwriter, I like to say, oh, that's a beautiful lyric. Wow, it's really cool. I think this might mean this. But there are other channels that definitely go into more of the depth of like what they feel this means and what this means to them. And like that's not what I do on the channel. I'll talk on lyrics if I think it's beautifully written. But I like talking about production because I think there's something really cool you could teach about that. It's less subjective and more what's the opposite of subjective? Objective. Because it is what it is, right? That being said, I am wildly impressed with the production here. Again, it's different than the style of music I might necessarily make, but it's a really cool style in the sense that, like, the panning, like, do you hear how the vocal, well, maybe stop right there, was how the vocal panned. Did you hear that? Like, she said a line, I don't know if it was floor, and then it went to the left. Like, there's a lot of little things going on here that's like, wow, this is really, really nice production.
I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did.
I don't know why, like, this is all over the place, Apple Music, the lyrics. It's supposed to follow. Spotify does a way better job. Apple, get it together, people.
Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Even when you wanna die. He said he loved
Life,
me
listen.
all his life, but that life
Hear that?
was
That was
too
sick.
short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me
Arpeggiator in the right ear.
The crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning. I was hitting my marks. 'Cause I can do it with
Oh, cool. Pull out the bass. Wow.
I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday. Every day.
Interesting lyric.
I'm so obsessed with
Wow.
even do it with a broken heart.
That was cool production right there. So what we had was we had these layered vocals throughout the whole chorus, harmonies, layers. Typically, artists will layer vocals to fatten up, thicken it to show we're in a new section of the song. Typically, but she pulled out all those layers to say on the title track, of the song. You know you can do it even with a broken heart, and all the layers pulled out, just a single vocal. That was really cool. Crazy change up in the song right there, sonically, and crazy synths. This is super synth driven, but just high frequency synths and big arpeggiators. Kind of have I feel like it's almost like a pinball wizard, kind of like arpeggiating kind of vibe in
I
this.
can hold my breath. I've
Sonic
been
stereo
doing
spectrum is huge.
since he left. I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence I didn't imagine. The whole thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, that person talking left here, I think that's so cool, man.
This test.
That was in the right ear.
'Cause I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. They said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it. And I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Insta letters for miles. He
Cool
said
change up right there in the
he
lyric.
loved me for all time, but that time was quite short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning. I was hitting my marks. 'Cause I can do it with a broken heart.
Nice. It's cool.
I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday.
What does that lyric mean to you? I'm so that she says she's so depressed that she acts like it's her birthday every day. I don't totally understand that.
I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me. Like the plague.
So many layered vocals.
I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. You know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart.
It's a cool lyric, man.
You know you're good when you can even do it
Pads coming in.
with a broken heart. You know you're good.
Wow, cool positioning of the vocal.
Good.
Modulation. Key change.
I'm miserable. And nobody even knows. Try and cover my job.
That last section totally gave me an 80s vibe, man. Very interesting section right there. Totally gave an 80s vibe with that. Just with this like kind of like yell talking in the background, big reverb sound, all these arpeggiating synths, 4 on the floor kick drum. Very interesting, man. Very cool production. Very different than what we've been hearing. Also kind of interesting that that she chose that song like to go in that direction, in the sense of like right after, I don't know if it's LOML, like how you pronounce it, Lomel, or if it's LOML, but like that was the piano ballad, right? To go from that to this is very different. But I'd love to know your perspective. Let me know what your thoughts were. Definitely a cool track. Definitely some really great synth work in here. Sorry, I forgot the word. I had to look over my synth over here to remember it. But definitely cool stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely consider checking out the Patreon if you haven't already. There's tons of stuff, including some Taylor Swift stuff. So check it out. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace out.